It's all kinds of Johns. I mean, see in my window, you got John Belushi, you got John Lennon. I'm not John Belushi. I'm not John Lennon. Lennon was assassinated at age 40. Um, I'm Aaron. That's who I am. I was the Dreamweaver, but now I'm Aaron. You know what I'm saying? I was the Walrus. Now I'm Aaron. Here's a little clue for you all. The Walrus was Paul. Fool on Hill Street. The Fool on Blueberry Hill. The Bear. The Blue Hill Street Blues. All that. The Hills Brothers. Blues Brothers. All that good shit. I'm a Beatle geek. That's the one thing I admit. I'm a Beatle geek. We all are. If you don't like the Beatles and you don't like Paul McCartney and John Lennon, then you don't have any business doing fucking music, obviously. I don't claim to be John Lennon. I don't think I'm John Lennon. I think I have a lot in common with him. I think the world owes me. I think I got a chip on my shoulder that's bigger than my feet. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like the whole world could kiss my ass most of the time. And so did Lennon. You know, that's what I see in John Lennon. The snide, the Lennon, but you're still fucking peasants as far as I can see. That kind of shit. That's daddy. That's me. And it's some shit I inherited from my father too. My father had that same attitude, that bad altitude. He had that, you know. And you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants as far as I can see. Tell me you don't feel like that sometimes. I feel that way all the time, though. I think there's people like me. They're probably rich. They probably own computer companies. They're probably successful musicians. They're probably record people or the president. I'm sure Donald Trump has got a whole lot of Lennon in him. I mean, he can't let you see that. But yeah, the world fucking kind of owes me. Kiss my ass. Those people all have great tragedies in their life. Johnny Rotten. That's me too. John Lydon. All the great Johns out there. I even got a little bit of John Simon Ritchie in me. Yeah, I got a lot of Johns in me. There's a bunch of them. The Beatles, I mean, I can't. I've done so many episodes on them. Where did they go? The Beatles were everything. The Beatles and the Misfits, bands like that, super musical groups. They all came together at the same time. That's why it's such a. And it's not really a strange cocktail because I've met a lot of other Beatle fans that like the Misfits and a lot of other Misfit fans that like the Beatles. Anything that just sounds really good, you know? Anything that has mastered that pop song chemistry. I'm a giant Beatle fan. I mean, it's been around me my whole life, you know? Um, just because I played in a band doesn't mean shit. I did favors for people, and it's nothing I want to talk about. My Beatles shit goes, I mean, I'm, you know, I spent my whole life trying to be like Paul McCartney, trying to, as far as the music goes, writing the most world's perfect bass lines, the world's most underrated bass player. He thought he was competing with Motown, which, yeah, he was. But I mean, even if I had to pick, I'd pick McCartney. Their equipment wasn't as good as Motown. They didn't have enough. They didn't have that bass. Their recording equipment wasn't as good as America, so they tried that much harder. And I think I've done that. Write some of the best bass lines known to man. I don't really care about a bass guitar unless it's a Hofner. If I come into your house and you've got a bass there, I probably won't play it ever. It doesn't do magic things. The second you pick up a Hofner bass, you're dealing with a certain kind of wizardry. It was created around the time that, in America, they were making Sears guitars from shelving paper, pine, using lipstick cases for pickups, which thus you got a lipstick pickup, and leftover parts from airplanes and shit. That's kind of how the Hofner was crafted. It was made a long time ago. Semi hollow, fucking. There's you can get an infinity pattern. You get an infinity pattern. I have to keep stopping because that piece of shit is back. I thought I seen him snake out of the building yesterday. I'm gonna pick up the Hofner and crack it over his fucking brain, little piglet. And stop spitting, you fucking animals. I don't know if you got meningitis or what. I don't want that shit near me. Spit on your own shit, piece of shit. So you can get infinite, like the beginning of I Feel Fine. You could get some kind of magic and capture it on tape. His guitar reacts to 440. It triggers the bass starts feeding back. It's proven itself to be a magical instrument of all time. Nobody plays it because McCartney put his stamp on it, but I would play it unashamedly in front of anyone. Like I know it's Paul's bass, but this is the this is the only thing I care about. You play it with the palm of your finger or the palm of your hand. You use cork picks or plectrums made of cork, mandolin felt ones if you have to, and you use flat wound strings and you turn the bass all the way up, roll off the treble, just a little bit of mid, and I run it through a compressor, and that's the Aaron sound now. I've been working my whole life and I'm trying to improve to my liking the McCartney sound. And if McCartney heard me, he'd probably be like, too many notes, too much bass, too much compression, too much palm muting, too many notes. He'd probably say, but I can't help it. Once I start playing that shit, I can't do eighth notes or quarter. I gotta, I'll use 16th notes in the shit. I can. My favorite thing to do of all time is take a bunch of Adderall, sit down, play the BBC, both discs, and then do it again. Take a break, smoke a cigarette, smoke a joint, come back and do it again. That's the best practice I've ever had. And to just go crazy, because most of that album is in tune. You can sit through it and play, and it's been pitched. That record. I mean, anybody who fucks with Beatles, you have to be a geek for it, because it is a science. But not only am I a geek, I can get I can pull out the lead. I can prove it. I know every McCartney's Beatles song there fucking is. I love the Beatles, but it's just such a staple part of me. There's not much to talk about anymore. I love my fucking Beatles. I'm just a regular man, but I play really fucking good. That's the difference. And like Paul, I'll sit down and play the drums. I'll do whatever it takes to get it done, and I enjoy it. I'd be that's we. Whereas Lennon wasn't like that. I'm like McCartney. I have the McCartney ethic. I'll go into Abbey Road at 8 o'clock in the morning, and everybody will go home, and it'll be just me and the security guard, and I'm in there mixing shit. I have a pink slip from George Martin that says it's okay to open up the fucking echo chambers, and I'm in there, and I come out. I come out with a 3 o'clock shadow on. I'm coming out of Abbey Road. I have the same ethic. I enjoy it. I'll do it 1,000 times. Not even be told to do it 1,000 times. Because I enjoy it. I enjoy the shit. It's like Buddy Rich said. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, then good luck to you. But not with me. You either love this shit, through and through. You don't fuck with it. I gave up trying to sing like McCartney a long time ago. That's a different range. That's a different style. That's a different voice. It's nice to see McCartney these days because he's older and he's more limited in what he can do, and he still proceeds to rip shit up, just rip it up. My favorite thing, I've never seen him in person, but all my girlfriends and my parents have seen him. Because my father was an even bigger fan than I am. I'm not, yeah. But my favorite thing is to watch him on TV playing his Hofner, through a fucking Mesa Boogie and a 15-inch fucking speaker, and it's gotta sound really good. It's got to. I don't know what Beatles have to do with it. It's just such a integral part of my shit. My favorite shit, I can't decide. My favorite, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the early stuff though. Today I'm feeling Please Please Me. That's probably my record today. Revolver, Rubber Soul, definitely Rubber fucking Soul. Beatles for Sale is fucking. I just seen that. Somebody already bought me, so it doesn't matter, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not for sale like that though. When I get there, I will be. Yeah, what was Beatles for sale? Mostly covers and mostly McCartney, right? I mean, just great. So was fucking a lot of it. McCartney gets a lot of credit, or doesn't get a lot of credit for the shit he did. And there was a point in my bands where the only real member was me at one point, or me and another guy. Love that Beatles shit. Love my Misfits. When I concentrate on my singing, I think about Glenn Danzig, and I think about that. That occupies half my brain. And when I pick up an instrument, I think of Paul McCartney, pretty much, or Jimi Hendrix, or Vernon Reed, or something. It depends on the guitar. But I don't play bass like you do. I don't think you've ever heard a bass player like me. And if I catch anybody using my style or skills, I'm a nobody's gonna do that. Everybody wants to be someone. Everybody wants to be themselves. My thing is flat wound pyramid strings, felt plectrum, cork plectrum, palm mute, limiter, compressor, sustainer, all the bass all the way fucking up, 15-inch fucking. You know what I'm saying? When I turn the bass on, I want to see dust come down from the rafters, which always happens. The more bass, the merrier. And sometimes if I can get a preamp that'll drop the octave synthetically, a whole nother octave, that super bass fucking most fetch shit, I'll use that too. Because, I want to play bass. I don't want to hear no clickety clack shit. I want to hear big, 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 big bass. Bass that goes boom. You know? Did you ever hear those bass players? It's all clicky and mid rangey and trebly, and you're like, that's not a bass. It's a clicky treble bass. I want the big bass. I want the boom. And if you want boom like that, you gotta use a semi hollow bass. There was a bunch of them that came out. You can get besides the 501, there's a Cavern Hofner that's really good too. I was playing that for a while. There's the guy from I forget his name. Was it Cassidy? The guy from White. The guy from Jefferson Airplane. To get that sound, that White Rabbit sound, that the beginning of 8 Miles High. I want to hear that. Boo, boo, doo. But now I just want to sink my dick in something and lay around and do drugs. That's all I care about. I got to get out of this. I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick and I'm bored and I'm tired. And I need a fucking maid. And I'm tired of the computer games. You know what I mean? But also, I mean, don't forget Jerry Only. He was a bass player that changed the face of bass playing. He's another one. I mean, he gets no credit. People, I don't understand why it's the Misfits and Beatles with you. Well, besides Glenn Danzig, the most platinum, diamond, golden voice ever, you got Jerry Only who used the Rickenbacker. The Rickenbacker is a sleek bass with ultra good action. He would play it through a guitar head with the gain channel on, and that distorted bass literally carried the whole band from time to time. That Jerry Only shit. And he played like a goddamn animal. Plays till his fingers bleed. Every time I seen Jerry Only, there's blood all over the fucking bass. From his fingers and from his fretting, or his strumming hand. He strums with his fingers. There's blood all over that motherfucker, and it's the loudest band I've ever heard. Yeah, there's a lot of weird influences, I guess. But I love that bass. I love the bass guitar. I have a connection to it. I love the guitar too, but I think as good as I am a guitar, I have a special connection with the bass. I've always, had one. It's a great instrument. A lot of freedom in it.